Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Vamos a comenzar con nuestro día de hoy relacionado al plexo solar. Let's begin with our topic for today, which is related to the solar plexus. So let's eat then, which is the digestive system. So the important thing to understand about the digestive system is that it is designed and evolved as a way, a tool to solve the need of assimilating energy. So let's go into that step by step. Remember, all the universe is generating energy, also trying to absorb and storage energy. We have an atom. Here we have the basis of an atom, a positive and negative, and they are connected by waves of vibration that administrate this energy. So in between this positive and the negative together is this wave of vibration that administrates energy. So we got these two options that will be called an oxygen. So now imagine this. This tie here with this positive and negative is one we call oxygen. And then this oxygen gets together again to administrate energy with other two that will be called hydrogen. So that's what gives us 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Then we have water. So of course that what we have here, this tiny molecule, will also start to connect with other exactly the same as the first one. So it creates a big network of this main structure holding energy in every one of the links that we will call the water, how we see the water. We can see the water through these molecules all together. Okay, so as you see here, the main structure of proton and neutron all together, they storage energy. They try to find stability. So from these particles to the atoms, to the molecule, and then to the composed and the elements and so on, they all are administrating the energy by finding stability. They want to find stability. So they storage energy. So through billions of years, these structures will try to administrate and storage energy, creating the mineral realm. The mineral kingdom throughout the entire universe starts to administrate this energy into the shape of minerals, of course. So they create the stars, they get together and create the stars, and then the stars explode and creates planets, and the planets creates new minerals because of fusion. Okay, they get the fusion and they create new minerals, crystals, and so on. So through all this process, everything starts to change, to transform. So why things transform? Because of fusion. So let's see this process. Can you see this? An atom will try to organize itself in a structure that allows it to find stability. This stability in the structure will start to grow and grow and grow, creating gravity, and because of that, pressure. So the pressure creates a high vibration because it makes the electrons move faster because of the pressure of so much energy contained. So this high vibration that makes that the electrons move faster and faster and faster is what creates the heat. The normal heat that we all know is basically electrons moving faster than they normally do. So as much high is the heat, it becomes the fusion. The fusion starts to be a moment in which it vibrates so high that the particle starts to get together or to separate or to organize with others in a different way. So this fusion that we have here creates a reaction. Why a reaction? Because the atom has taken an action, which was to create a structure. But with the reaction, with a chemical reaction, what happens is that this structure is broken, which takes this reaction to find a change in this structure. Okay? What is this change taking us to our friend evolution? What does these changes take us to? Take us to the molecules to have to reorganize again, once and again, many times, in order to find the perfect structures able to assimilate and storage this energy. So this takes that common normal molecules get together to shape a structure that we then will call a cell that can storage energy. So these cells will be created, two kinds of cells from this storage of energy. The first storage of energy in a cell will be called prokaryote, and the second one, eukaryote. This, the prokaryote is like the old kind of cell, one of the first ones, that shape a bacteria, for example, okay, which is like a tiny cape of different chemical compositions that surrounds a liquid where a DNA is held. Then we have the eukaryote that are related to plants, to animals, to fungi. So as you see, this one here is very different from this one here, because here it's all like around, alone, and here we have a nucleus. We have a nucleus surrounded by different other tiny organs. So usually these prokaryotes end up being just unicellular beings. So they reproduce like this, and that's it. But the eukaryotes, even if they can be only one unicellular being, most of them evolve into organisms, which means that they can divide themselves into many other cells. Like in meiosis, they divide and they share data, information, and organize a being. So now all structure is made up with tiny little atoms that creates molecules, and we have all the molecules here around and inside, all the molecules shaping and creating each part of these things. So in order to reproduce and to move and to do whatever they have to do, they need energy. They need pulses, impulse to move. So from where can they take this pulse? Well, they take it from these links between the electron and the proton here in the middle, storage of energy. So now in order to take this energy from here, you will need something really strong. So all these molecules start to design what we call proteins and enzymes, which are this conjunction of molecules that will find these atoms and cut them. So one enzyme will take one, and one enzyme or protein will take the other one. So they will divide it. And when they cut this, it's like an elastic that breaks and creates a pulse of energy. And you have energy. So that energy is spread and stored in the cell for the pulses that it needs to move on. So as bigger it is the structure, much more energy will need. So much more of this we'll try to look for. So they can cut much more of them. Okay, so as bigger it is, the much they need in order to produce, to harvest energy from the atoms. So the eukaryote cells will organize themselves into big structures that will have mainly two options to process this energy, which will be from the vegetal kingdom through photosynthesis, synthesizing glucose, and in the other hand, the animals synthesizing food, which is carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, sugars, carbohydrates. Okay. So what happened? That all of these nutrients that the body needs to take this energy are spread in nature, in the mineral kingdom, the animal kingdom, and the vegetal kingdom. So this is why the animal kingdom mainly, they design a way in which we can take these structures that were created by atoms in the outside and start to divide it into the tiniest pieces until we can take the atoms to cut it and to take the energy. So if you pay attention to how it is created, this the digestive system to eat was a structure designed by the very atoms trying to find a way to catch all this energy from around. And the way in which the atoms will design this way to take the energy will be according to something that in the spirituality we call an initiatic path. So this system, the initiatic path, what it does is to take a structure and start to break it into pieces. To take the pieces and say, what is this coming from? Oh, I didn't know that I had this. Oh, I don't need this anymore. And starts to take all the parts to disseminate the structure until you start to find the essence. And once you found the essence, going through the process of the body, the process of the energy, the process of the vibration, once you get the essence of what you really are, you become part of something bigger, greater, which is the body. This is why this initiatic path is called in us the digestive system. Each one of us is a meal, is food. is universal food. Okay. So the first thing that this apple faces, this apple is the structure, is us. We are this apple. So we have all these structures, these beliefs, this story, the past, the future. We have so many things in ourselves that makes us be what we are, that we say, I am an apple. But then we face teeth. The teeth are our ancestors, is related to our history. Everything that can show us where I'm coming from. The teeth are the first things that cut the structure, that cut what we are. Faces to the crisis of our history, where we come from. We start to find our intentions, our expectations, our history, all the things that were inside of me. So suddenly the teeth are telling me, you are not an apple. You just believe that you are an apple. But you are not. You could have been grapes. You could have been a pear. The history took you to be an apple, but you are not. That's the first thing that we face. This is the breakdown of our beliefs, of what we are, of what we believe we are. Then we face the tongue. The tongue is the one that can tell us what we are, what is our purpose. It's the one that says, oh, I wasn't an apple, but I know now that I am sweet or I am bitter. I start to feel comfortable with what I am. It's the place where I feel the flavor of life, that we all have a flavor, that we are understanding the meaning of life. And then we start to find the pharynx, where the saliva makes me understand the importance of flow in life. We start to let behind the idea of the structure that we wear, and we start to flow in our life. It's the moment when we start to meditate, to connect with something beyond. And of course, then after this moment of flow comes the fall down, which is the dark night of the soul. The moment where I let behind the lights and I find the darkness. And that's the path of the esophagus. And then it falls down to one of the worst nightmares of the being, which is the stomach. The place where I find the moment where I literally forget who I am. That all the things that I believed they were light, the whole, the beauty, they disappear into the void. I forget any idea of what I was, and I even see disappear any expectation of what I could become. It's the death of the ego, and the environment starts to dissolve myself until there's nothing. And that's the moment when you find the higher self, the I am, which is the pancreas. The pancreas will bring you all the acids that will dissolve your personality, telling you if you want to know who you are, you have to go through your darkness to let go everything that you believe you are, to find me, the higher self. So this is the moment when the higher self says, in order to do that, you will have to face your own darkness. You will have to face the dark parts of your being, your shadows, your lower emotions, everything that keeps you attached to the idea of who you are. And this is the moment when the higher self releases the darkness, the demons, to attack you, which is the liver. The liver goes into yourself and grabs all your body, showing you your darkness, to do the last part of your disintegration. After all this cleaning thing, I start to walk through a path of 7 meters that will allow me to review everything that I have done, to take a look to every moment, to every essence that we have inside, all the potential that we had. That's the long path through the small intestine. Once I am finishing this path, I realize that through this path, I let everything go. I just let all kind of attachments, I just leave everything behind, go, move forward. And I just expand myself, letting me be absorbed by the everything, being on service to the whole, recognizing my attributes, my potentials given to the others with unconditionality. And that takes me to the blood, the souls, taking me to the heart, where I find myself. So suddenly, when I spread through the body, I recognize that my essence is in every part, in every cell. That the idea of being an apple is just an idea, a memory. And now I am God, because I live in every cell. Let me know, aren't you gonna remember this the next time you eat? The digestive system is the initiatic path of the universal energy. So to wrap this, just remember that we are what we eat. So remember that each one is different at the time of eating, different blood types, sorry. So we cannot judge what others eat, what others need to eat. So just be coherent with that. The vibration for today is clear. The statement for today is, I am channeled between beings. The code for today, respiratory system. The chemical elements that are necessary for life of the cells of the entire body enter through this system. Mainly the air, constituted by several gases, disaggregated here to obtain oxygen. The process starts with the parasympathetic mechanism of nasal inhalation. Then that takes the air through the larynx towards the trachea and pharynx, going through the vocal cords and through there to the bronchi and all their ramification that gets smaller and smaller, like a tree, conforming the lungs. The air synthesis ends up only being oxygen driven to the heart, and from there to the... I forgot to tell you that the oxygen is so needed for the body because the oxygen oxidizes the nutrients, so it could be better assimilated by the cells. So that's why we need the oxygen all the time in every breath. Let's go to alignment. Comfortable, close your eyes and concentrate in your breathing. I take a deep breath and become aware of the body that I inhabit. Softly and very slow, as I concentrate in my breathing, I begin to stretch the body very softly, moving the joints into circles and yawning. I start to play with the movement of my body, caressing every part of it and massaging from the feet to the head. I recognize every corner of my body. I touch the genitals without feeling ashamed of. And I start to caress my hands, my body, lips and face, as if it is about the body of the person I love. I perceive the parts of my body that makes me feel uncomfortable and the parts that makes me feel pleasure. I imagine myself as a food, a snack in my hand, and I take it to my mouth for me to begin my initiatic path. I take this food, this imaginary food, to my mouth and start to bite, start to chew it with every teeth, every tooth, with all the jaw. Taste it with my tongue and feeling the saliva, making it flow. I feel the pieces going to the pharynx and I swallow. I feel how this energy descends through the esophagus, stomach, disintegrating me, facing the darkness, the shadows of the liver, until I can find myself in the acids of the pancreas. And after I connect with myself, I cross the duodenum, beginning the long path to recognizing myself through the small intestine. I feel this energy being absorbed by the intestines, taking it to the blood, going through the heart. I feel this energy going through the heart. And I recognize the attributes, the nutrients of my being, incarnating in every cell of my universe. I am channel between all the beings. I am channel between all the beings. I am a channel between all the beings. I have the energy in me. I have. I start to stretch the body, yawning, and each one at its own time. Come back here and now. And for those who are from the task for this month, take this energy, put it into the water, and put it in the seeds and plants that we have sowed. Thank you, everybody, for being here. As always, another day. See you tomorrow, as always, at the same time.